morning, Earth beings. Good morning, fellow Earth citizens. I am a descendant of Vikings, born in Norway. I was given the name Rigmor. Like Jiaojiao, I am a mom. You are maybe a mom or dad too. All of us are a part of that human web of relationships. Jiaojiao and I are both passionate about the natural world, the outdoors, and snow.
Yes, we are passionate about the water and the ice too. Hi, my name is Jiaojiao, an explorer from China, co-founder of Polar Hub. As the name suggests, Polar Hub is invested in the extremes of our planet. The Arctic, Antarctic, and the third pole, that is the mountains of the Tibetan Plateau. The regions are covered by snow, ice, and glaciers. Regions of so-called crossosphere. Innovative data in structure, new data, new apps, new resilience. This is the calling of your forum here in Munich. Indeed, I dare say, the shared home planet of ours, Earth, is full of innovative data infrastructures as part of the evolution of life.
Yes, Jiaojiao, you brought the Polar Hub video everyone saw about ice cores on a little data memory stick. A photographer's pictures, this postcard from my trip to Antarctica in 2012. They all store data. Maps developed by explorers and cartographers over the ages. Maps tell stories too. All are data-based. This cup, carved of wood with visible rings, a biologist analyzing it would, apart from seeing and reading growth climate conditions in the tree rings, would no doubt also find signals from coffee pleasures from my hiking in Norwegian woods. Jiaojiao, nature has always been a repository of experience we can call data. Nature has naturally fostered learning in combinations and in collaborations for species to evolve in natural relationships of togetherness. Organism, environment, togetherness.
Definitely. Earth, or we say soil, also shows information patterns in layers. Water too. When stored as or snow or ice in glaciers. Glaciers always thrill me with their majestic process when I go mountaineering. Glaciers store 80% of the fresh waters on our planet. Ice and the natural glacier landscapes are now on UNESCO's World Heritage List. In fact, glaciers are amazing natural data storage systems. Glaciers store the Earth's memory and serve as her diary through time. Glaciers are formed by the accumulation of the snowfall. If the temperatures permit, if the snow remains and is pressured into ice, then, like with the tree rings or the soil layers, a biogeochemical history is documented. A natural database is formed, recording the changes in our Earth's past climate and the environment.
Scientists can harvest this data by analyzing the chronically layered column samples of ice, the ice cores you saw being extracted in the film. On the screen, you can see an image of an ice cube. It contains very dense, small bubbles compacted inside the ice that carry information about earlier atmospheric composition. In the lab, findings can provide us with a look into past changes in the atmosphere and into conditions like trends in rainfall, forest fires, temperatures, levels of greenhouse gases, chemical pollutants, and so on. Thus, data can give us a clue about how the climate varies, and they can enable us to predict future changes.
They are just like the notes that make up the music, or the words of the Earth hymns, the story of the Earth over millennia, even millions of years. But, the big but, the Crossphere Report 2022 stated it bluntly on the cover page. We cannot negotiate with the melt point of ice. Our home planet is warming fast. Scientists are calling out the emergency, the urgency, the impact of the climate heating in our cooling system of our planet, the glaciers, is very visible. Glaciers are melting at accelerating rate of the speed. Scientists need the data before the glaciers melt away.
We must learn. And each point of learning is also a data point if it is collected, if it is made accessible to scientists, to researchers and learners, if it is put into significant context and analyzed well. ICE data can contribute to knowledge evolution, both for hindsight about past climatic conditions and for foresight, connecting the dots for wiser, more holistic action that is more in tune with our Earth and a future of shared well-being. The facts of change remain. Ice and environment belong together. When the climate heats up, just like the ice cubes in your cool drink on a hot day, the ice transforms, melts, and becomes water. We cannot negotiate with the melting point of ice. Our climate storybooks, written, so to speak, in ice, are in a way being burnt too, just like books, seeds, museums, etc. The stories of destruction of data carriers are rife in history.
When we speak of glaciers as memory, or glaciers as heritage and the legacy, the future story will also be a story about the relationship between humans and nature. And it will be connected with the story about the relationship between humans and technology. On that hot day, when ice melts and changes the taste of your drink, maybe your data storage system stops working too. Maybe data is lost. Did it happen to you? Technological data storage also needs cooling.
Data always beckon questions. Why store data? What story can the data tell? Remember these? Maps, pictures, soil, wood, ice. Putting them together can tell other stories. When we can connect the dots at ever higher levels, we can grow deeper interdisciplinary, multidisciplinary knowledge and understanding. And especially if we work together. Collaboration, yes, we need to collaborate because we share this home planet of life.
The great rivers of civilization in Asia, where 60% of the world's population lives. The Indus, the Ganges, the Yangtze River and the Yellow River, the Mekong, and countless other watersheds were fed by the melt waters from the glaciers. The water tower of Third Pole. Biodiversity, human and cultural diversity, livelihoods, it is all interwoven, an interconnected, interdependent system of life that is rooted in the transformation of water into snow and ice and back into water too.
Why do we, two women, stand here before you today? We are neither glaciologists nor climate scientists, but may we say that we are storytellers in ice and glaciers' stead? May we say that we are concerned Earth citizens, and like many of you, lovers of the great outdoors. Some of you have experiences of glacier mountains, like here in your wonderful Alps. Warming temperatures and snow droughts now take a hard toll on your alpine ice fields. Those playgrounds for daring and invigorating ski adventures are disappearing too. In 2022, the Marmolada Glacier in Italy collapsed. Collapse is a painful, emotional word.
In the film, you met Wenshu at the Third Pole, where mountains reach closer to heaven than anywhere else on Earth. In May 2017, mountaineer and glaciologist Wenshu was in the Himalaya at 5,500 meters altitude, carrying a backpack full of monitoring equipment. All of a sudden, he slipped. He slid and fell into the unexpected, ice-cold glacial meltwater lake. At 5,500 meters altitude, in May, the scientists are incredulous. Wenshu's skills were key to his rescue. He got off the backpack and wrenched himself out of the icy water steps. Actually, Wenshu is the father of 2 little girls. He is my mountaineering partner and my husband. We both felt shock and a new reckoning. We make a decision to share and grow the knowledge and understanding of ice and climate change. Polar Hub was born. A recent UNESCO report stated that 1/3 of the world's iconic glaciers will totally disappear by 2050. Glaciers are becoming a memory in our own day and age. Polar Hub works to drill out the significant ice cores to preserve the Earth's data. As part of the process, we need extra data infrastructure as well. An ice core bank to store the ice cores under good conditions. Polar Hub wants to benefit also the future generations of knowledge builders who may access ice data with questions we today maybe not yet know how to ask.
Our Norwegian fjords were naturally sculpted by ice Today, only stunning spots of ice caps remain of our last ice age 10,000 years ago. The Arctic is warming fast. Our glaciers, too, are receding fast. A new scientific discipline has even evolved in the melting wake: glacial archaeology. The islands of Svalbard range from 74 to 81 degrees latitude north, not far from the North Pole at 90 degrees north. I first met Wenxu in 2009. Wenxu became the first Chinese university student to reach the pole, skiing together with famous polar explorer Børge Ausland across that thin 1.5 meter or so layer of ice floating on the deep Arctic Ocean. This experience changed Wenxu's focus to exploration and to the science of ice and snow. Svalbard was in the science news again last week. A Guardian article entitled "Svalbard, the Arctic Islands where we can see the future of global heating." The ice drip, drip melts here on this stage in Munich. What then in 7 years' time? That is 2,555 days. What about 2030? 2030 is a global benchmark year for nations around the globe for data on greenhouse gas emissions, on energy solutions, land use, climate governance, and so on.
Ultimately, we are all challenged. How can we be better caretakers of our home planet and of each other? The question remains one of intelligence, but certainly also a question of wisdom and of caring.
To learn or not to learn, and learning and acting together, that is the big question, yes? 三人行，必有我师. That is one of my favorite Chinese sayings. When three people walk together, my teacher is always there. We wish each and every one of you an
Inspiring forum.
forum.
Thank you.